It's Wind Down Wednesday.
Yes, it is. Wind Down Wednesday.
Cheers, darling.
5 o'clock. A nice Chardonnay, a little song and small talk. And some of my friends may drop by from just down the block. So it's Wind Down Wednesday. It's 5 o'clock.
Yes, it is. And hello. It's been a long time. Weeks. So it's kind of close to Halloween, you guys. We got to talk about that a little bit. I want to know about you guys. I don't get many trick-or-treaters here, so I buy the big boxes, and the parents look at me like, why do you do that? I was going to wear my cat mask, but I was afraid that I might scare people. They might be like just kind of cruising through stuff, and they see this, and they'd be like, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. As Doug and I would always say. One time I was at the BMI Awards, and somebody had written on the mirror, please don't make me put on the cat mask that's in the drawer. So there's the big joke about the cat mask. All right, so being that it is so close to Halloween, I thought I would do something fun here. I was trying to get Don Henry to come over, but he couldn't come this week because he already had a show tonight. So I'm going to do a song that he covered on his Halloween album. And if you want to have just a real Halloween treat, you should listen to Halloween tomorrow.
What is fall? Like
Halloween. It's like
autumn.
Yeah, some of the songs are about spooky stuff, and some of the songs are about fall.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here I go. Oops. I saw a werewolf, Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called Leaf. Oh, I've got to start again. I do this every time. Here we go. Here we go. I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called Lee Ho Fook's. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ah, ooh, werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh, werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. If you hear him howling round your kitchen door, you better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London once again. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Wah-woo. Werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. He's a hairy-handed gent who ran amok in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. You better stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out, Jim. Ah, but I'd like to meet his tailor. Ah, ooh, werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh, werewolves of London. Ah, ooh. Well, I saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen and doing the werewolves of London. I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's. was perfect. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Ah, woo, werewolves of London. Ah, woo. Live fade. Happy Halloween.
Everyone's wishing you happy Halloween.
Nice. I love to hear it. Thank you so much. Yes, it's tomorrow. I already got my candy for the kids, and I promised myself I was not going to eat it this year. So the thing for me, and I don't know about you guys, but if I buy these bigger packages, then I'm not so tempted, and I also, I would be able to stop myself. But when you have just like 1 million Milky Ways and Snicker bars in a big vat, it's really hard because you don't count, and that gets to be bad. Agree? Yes,
Yeah.
It's bad. Or else you can just buy icky kind of candy, which I did buy some Skittles, which I'm not a Skittle lover, so I have to worry about that.
I remember I convinced Ben and his friends that it was a law that you had to give an adult a Snickers bar. So, you could get, if you got 3 Snickers bars, you get to keep 2, but it was a law you had to give one of them to an adult.
When Ben was little, he didn't even eat his candy.
He liked trading it better than eating it.
Yeah, he just maybe that's his new job. Maybe he's gonna be a trader, like not like furs and things like that, but other stuff. So how is everybody? You guys having this warm trend? We've been having the warmest weather here. And it's really kind of great because I love Colorado and those areas out there because they always have the real cool mornings, and then it warms up in the afternoon. It feels great, And that's what we've been having. It's like we had some days that were all the way down to like 36, but mostly now it's been like 48 or something like that, and it's getting up to 77. And I mean, I'll take it. I don't know about you guys.
Lots of input on here on people's candy choices and
Yeah. I want to know what your favorites are, and also what's your least favorite. Like, what can you buy that you won't eat? Because I used to love sweet tarts, but I wouldn't eat a sweet tart now. It wouldn't be worth it to me. It has to be kind of gooey and caramely and chocolatey for me to get into it. But the kids around the neighborhood, they like nerds, and I mean not like the neighbor nerds that we are, but they like nerds and Reese's Pieces, things like that. I'm not a big Reese's Pieces person either, so that just doesn't tempt me. So, but Junior Mints, man, Junior Mints and a glass of freezing cold water. Oh my God, it's the best thing on the earth. You get them really nice and firm, and then crunch them. Oh, I love it.
We've hit a vein here. Halloween candy, yeah.
It's a Halloween candy vein. Oh my God.
Also, when we got to talking about weather, they're saying it was like 14 in Montana this week, I guess. But,
wow, golly.
But definitely candy. Everybody's into that.
Okay, so read me some things that people really like.
Oh, let's see. David likes sweet tarts. Marlon likes Reese's. Clyde likes Reese's. Flossie.
Reese's Pieces or just
both. Well,
I mean, the peanut butter cups are
right.
really good. I mean, you can't argue with that.
Yeah. Kit Kat, Twix, Snickers. Those are all Aaron's. Let's see. In addition to Reese's, Flossie likes Tootsie Roll Pops.
I like Tootsie Roll Pops. They last a long time. Chewy, chewy Tootsie Roll lasts a long time. Yeah.
Mark likes Twizzlers. Don likes Twix and Reese's Pieces. David likes peanut M&Ms. Bethany likes SpongeBob Krabby Patties.
They have those, or that's a candy?
Apparently so.
Bethany, that's cool as heck. Oh, by the way, I got your letter. Just wanted you to know. And thank you.
We've seen a thumbs up for candy's corn and a thumbs down for candy's corn, and
Oh, I love candy corn, but
they just
it's
keep
just
coming.
so, I don't know if it's good for you. I think it's just corn syrup and sugar.
Hey, Mark,
probably-
Mark suggested that you tell the story of the bass.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, well, it's kind of long, so I will get into it. All right, so we've had a couple of times this summer where where Rob gets home and the bass doesn't come to the airport with us. And so he has to then hang around and, fill out all the forms and everything. And so we've gotten it. But when we got back from our last trip, which was like 3 weeks ago, we all were kind of like going, oh, is the bass going to make it? And there it was. The bass made it. So Craig needed a ride downtown, and so Rob gave him a ride downtown, and then he went from downtown Nashville, Broadway area, to his house in East Nashville. Not too far, but somewhere along the line, his tailgate slipped open, and the bass it's like got a case that's really kind of a hard shell, like a turtle shell, and it just slipped right out of the back. So he had no idea what happened, and it was tragic, and he felt really terrible, and he went around to all the music stores and the police and everything else. He's such a sweetheart. And so then I decided the next day to put it up on our socials and stuff, and you guys were so great. We had like over 600 shares on that, and I got so much response. But so because of that, it really got circulated around in Nashville that we were missing the bass. So lots and lots of artists reaching out and seeing, saying, did you find it yet? I've sent this out to these people. Everybody helping. And so anyway, so we waited for about, 6 days or something like that. And we had been trying to find another one to purchase. And Charlie Chadwick, who designed the bass, was helping us with that. But the only thing we had was one fella who had one for sale up in Minneapolis, and he plays in one of the places that we play, the Dakota, which we will be in the week after next. So I left a message at the Dakota for this guy, and Rob got a hold of him, and he said that he had a buyer online, so he was hoping to sell it to this person. But he wouldn't know till Tuesday, and we were getting really nervous. So Doug and I were driving to Birmingham, and I was doing a date down there with Tony Arata and Gary Nicholson. And so we were driving down there, and I thought, I'm just going to call him and just say, I will buy it from you today. And so I got a hold of him on a Sunday afternoon, and I just said, I will Venmo you right this second if you can agree to give me this bass, because we can't find one anywhere, and I need one for my road trips. So he said, okay. I Venmo'd him. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call, or a text, I guess, from our old bass player, Elio. And you guys probably remember Elio. Love Elio. And he said, I might have found your bass. So here's how it all panned out. The bass slipped out into a guy's yard and just kind of fell into the grass. And so he has an uncle in East Nashville that he knew lived next to a musician. So he called his uncle and said, I found this thing. I think it's a bass. I don't know what it is exactly. Can I bring it over there and you have your neighbor look at it and see if he has any ideas? So he takes it to his uncle. The uncle gets a neighbor over there. They look at it. And inside the bass is Elio's business card. And the musician neighbor says, William is his name, he says, I know Elio. I'll call him. So he calls Elio and says, I think that I have your bass here. And Elio says, oh, Susie lost her bass. It's Susie's bass. And you now have found it, and so we gave a reward, and everything is beautiful. The base had no damage. But now we have 2 bases. So I guess if that ever happens again, we're like in like Flynn. Unless we decide to sell the other base, which that could work too. Anyway, we're fine. We're back in action. And there's the base story. Man, that was long. Okay, I'm gonna play a song.
You got to find a way to make that shorter.
I know. Well, it's like I remember all of it. How about we now have 2 bases? We found a base. It's okay. We now have 2 bases. That's as short as Doug Kreider would like it.
And the new base is actually in much better shape than the old base. So
Well,
that worked
the
out.
old base has been out there on the road with us for 10 years, and it's tired. It's tired of. All right. So I saw some posts the other day, and one gal was saying that she actually got to take today off so that she could be home for wind down, and so I decided to sing one of the songs that I know she likes a lot.
Before you do, I just have to
Oh.
say, Pat says, so now you have your bases covered.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, that could be, I could do one more line in my story, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a song off the Aces album. It sure looks like this love is winding down. You changed your mind about me and what you thought you'd found. Funny how it works that way, 'cause I just didn't see any sign that you were pulling out on me. I've been in your shoes, and I know how it feels. You say you love me, but that don't make it real. I'm better off knowing that you'll be gone for good. Let's just let goodbye hurt like it should. One-sided love doesn't get you anywhere. There's nothing worse than loving someone who's just not there. I know you searched for something here, can't say you didn't try. The feelings such as these don't just fall out of the sky. Well, I've been in your shoes, and I know how it feels. You say you love me, but that don't make it real. I'm better off knowing now that you'll be gone for good. Let's just let goodbye hurt like it should. I've been in your shoes, and I know how it feels. You say you love me, but that don't make it real. I'm better off knowing that you'll be gone for good. Let's just let goodbye hurt like it should. Let's just let goodbye hurt like it should. a sad song. I love it so much. Ellen Crandall. Yay. So I want to make sure and tell you guys about shows, and if you don't mind helping me by sharing, especially if you have any friends in the areas that we're going to. Friday, we're heading out to Oregon, and we will be playing at the Wild Horse Casino on Friday night, but I think there's not very many tickets left, but we'd still love to see you. I think we released a few today, so if you get right on there, you might find some good ones. And then the next day, we're going to be in Boise, Idaho, Aaron, and we're excited about doing that. We love Boise. We have a lot of friends there and a lot of wonderful people, and I'm hoping that the boys from Mickey and the Motor Cars, the Braun Brothers guys, so tell their family and everybody out there to come see us. And then next week, I'll be with Matresa and Gretchen opening for the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band at the Ryman. The Dirt Band is doing sort of a, I don't know, they're doing a lot of dates, kind of wrapping up as the Dirt Band. Some of the guys are thinking about staying home more and having more fun times.
It's their farewell tour.
It is, but it's like 2 or 3 years, right? 2
Yeah.
years, maybe?
Yeah, it's going on.
So it'll go on for another year, but we get to open for them at the Ryman, which is going to be awesome. And Doug and I have been at the Ryman a bunch lately because we've gone to see some great shows. I can tell you about that later too, but then we're also going to be up in Minneapolis at the Dakota, funnest place in the whole wide world, best food. Get the duck with the smashed down, what do you call that? With a brick?
Pressed duck.
Pressed duck. Oh my God, it's so good. And then we're going to be there doing 2 shows in one night on Wednesday, I believe it's the 13th, yeah. And then the 14th, we're going to be in Menominee at one of the most beautiful theaters you've ever seen, the Mabel Tainter. And then, of course, one of our go-to places that we love so much, Stoughton, on the next night in Stoughton, Wisconsin. So we hope to see some of you out there. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Christmas shows start December 4th?
December 5th. In
December
Lufkin,
5th.
Texas.
Okay. Lufkin, Texas on the 5th. Then we're going to be back in Tomball on the 6th. And we'll sneak in a few Christmas songs there, but it's not actually billed as a Christmas show. And then we're in Graham, Texas on the 7th. And then we come back home and we do 2 wonderful nights at the Franklin Theater. And we'll pull in some musician friends and have a big time. So it'll be a lot of fun. And
December 13th and 14th.
13th and 14th, right. And that kind of wraps us up for this year. But we're busy. We're getting busier and busier. We're busy in January, we're busy in February, and we're busy in March and April. So just so you know, we're going to get out there and work. And we haven't got everything on the website just yet because, as I say, some of the things are not for sale yet, but soon. And just be looking at it because we're coming to some unusual places. We're going to be playing in Arkansas a lot. We're also playing up in St. Louis, Missouri. Not St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri, which we haven't played there in years. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Mountain View, Mountain Home, all the mountains, we're playing there. So lots of stuff coming up in the next few months. And I don't know. Is there anything else I really want to talk about?
I just have to say that Norm said, well, that's one way to get to second base.
Ooh. Norm.
No, the bass jokes were good. I like all the bass jokes.
Okay, yeah, more bass jokes. We like them. I've been utilizing some of the jokes that you guys sent to me, and I appreciate you keeping them either totally clean or just a little bit over the children's heads. That's the way I do it. So I guess, that's kind of everything for today. But I did want you to know that I had Jim Lauderdale coming today, but he's been so busy doing, shows for himself, but also he has been doing a lot of benefits because he's from North Carolina. And he wasn't going to get in time to do it today. And I said, please come back next month. So in November, right before Thanksgiving, we will have Jim Lauderdale here. And we're still going to try to send some money over to East Tennessee. They have been doing really well. A lot of wonderful concerts have been going on, trying to make money. But I have a good friend from high school that lives right over there and lost a lot. And it's really it's hard times for those folks with the roads and trying to get their water back and everything else that's going on. It's still, this was Helene, this was quite a while ago, so they're struggling there. Our place, just in case you wanted to know, we did okay. Our grounds were pretty wiped out. A lot of beautiful foliage that we are going to miss and have to replace. The garden apartments behind us took a big hit, so they're pretty much down to the studs, all those people. But we're in a tower and on the very top, and so the wind was not too bad. And honestly, the surge from Helene was worse than the surge from Milton, even though you saw Siesta Key all over the news. It did take a big hit, it really did, and it's just so sad. But they're tenacious, and they're going to build it back. And this was actually the first hurricane that's hit in our general vicinity in like 80 or 90 years. So I guess, we're pretty lucky. So that's our story about that. So I'm going to do one more song for you today, just for some slinky fun. Like I said, I did this wonderful benefit down in Birmingham a few weeks ago with my good friends Tony Arata and Gary Nicholson. And this is a song that Gary Nicholson wrote with my good friend Pam Tillis.
And I'm just going to add. I'm just going to add about that, just in case anybody gets their hackles up. We never wound up putting that one on the website because it was kind of a sort of a private show. It was sold out before.
Yeah, it's a very
So anyway,
it's a well supported thing.
Yeah,
So.
don't be bad, people in Alabama.
Yeah, it's an opioid thing, and it's really beautiful. The families that participate in it have had a lot of hardship, and they want to try to make things better down there. So it's a wonderful thing. And sorry that they'd already sold all the tickets because it's a small place where they play. So. Mm-hmm. But they've made over $500,000 in the years they've been doing this, and that's pretty amazing. All right. So some of you might have seen that it was Mark's birthday. Good old Mark Hawkins out there in Iowa. And I thought this might be a good birthday song. My life could use some fixing up. Lately these old memories are looking pretty rough. This heart is falling apart at the seams. I am a handyman's dream. Oh, can't you see it wouldn't take much to replace these worn out memories with a brand new love? I need a man who's not afraid to roll up his sleeves. I am a handyman's dream. If you take my heart as is, you can move right in. It would be so nice to have someone here again. Use your imagination and surely you will see I am a handyman's dream. attention, but my possibilities are too numerous to mention. Use your imagination, surely you will see. I am a handyman's dream. I need a man who's not afraid to roll up his sleeves. If you could only picture what the end result will be, then I'll be your handyman's dream. Yeah. There you go, handyman. And the rest of yous, I really enjoyed our time together today, and I'll be seeing you the 27th, I think it is, right before Thanksgiving. And yeah, walking over the river and through the woods. See you soon.